My name is Austin Channing Brown. I'm the author of I'm Still Here, Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness. The truth is, media has always played a role in shaping American values, particularly around racial justice. If we go all the way back to 1915 and the birth of a nation, that movie had a tremendous impact on how America thought about race relations, and Black people in particular. But we also see in the civil rights movement how media can be used to have the complete opposite effect, how we can use media to show what the realities of race in America are. And then if we leap forward into Black Panther era, we can see how it sets our imaginations on fire. So media is not neutral in shaping American thought and thought around the world.
Hi, I'm Zahira Cabrera. I am a socio critic, writer, speaker, and artist. Every revolution starts with the imagination. This image of a better world that you created in your head is possible.
So it isn't that we need to pack all of Blackness into one particular story, but whatever story you've chosen should feel authentic to the Black people who do have that lived experience.
We want our own folks writing those stories because nobody is going to know that better than us. If you actually consult with those people and those people are helping you write it so that it is culturally accurate, you're going to be okay. You're not going to get it wrong because the people who it represents, and the people who it would matter to are telling you this is what this is.
But the fact that there are these nuances in how we are with each other, how we are with white people, how we are at work, how we are at church, how we are at home, tells me who was in the writer's room and who wasn't, or who had a voice in the writer's room and who didn't. So part of what gets lost when we just use a quota system is that we stop asking ourselves, what is the experience and impact of what we're doing? That all we need to do is put a certain number of Black people in the movie. And as long as they have speaking roles and have some personality, that's all we need. When all we have is a number, then that becomes a very objective way to say that we have been successful or we have failed.
It has to do mostly with finding what they believe to be the box to check, hey, we got a Latin American person, and they'll just assume that, I did a great thing here. Your good intentions tell you that you checked off that box, right? And we should be happy with that.
But what gets lost is what was the experience of people of color? How good was the story? How many people did the story reach? The success should not come down to the quota. It should not come down to the number of people of color. It should come down to the experience and the quality of the stories being told. And I am not so naive as to think that at some level, all of this doesn't boil down to money, right? Who's making money? How many people went to go see it? How much does the show cost? I think all of media has to decide whether or not it actually cares about stories or whether or not it really is just interested in making money. And honestly, even thinking of the two as mutually exclusive is unhelpful. It's just not true. But it's the way that we have been taught to think, that we have to choose one or the other. At the end of the day, I think what we have to ask ourselves is, are we sincere that there are stories about communities of color that need to be told and need to be told in a way that bring communities of color pride? Or is the truth all that we want is to not be canceled, right? And those two different approaches tell me everything I need to know about whether or not your company is creating harm or is creating good.